Discussing religion in this week's discussion. Um, what did Justin Barrett find when religious people described how they think about God in conversation compared to the written answers? Basically, in the written answers, they always answered in theologically correct ways, but when asked verbally or in conversation, they tended to violate the core principle aspects about God, um, like Him being all knowing and being everywhere. Um, they tended to divinize, actually, um, divinize themselves, and basically, that is when we implant God, human characteristics, personalities, and desires. Like we implant in God, like making him more like humans, um, and the things that we observe, especially in the Bible and just in life in general. Um, we tend to implant God in human characteristics, personalities. Um, we also tend to try and make God more like us. Um, the ways in which different religions and cultures conceptualize the divine in human-like terms, basically, a sociologist might study this um, by asking questions, getting different perspectives, and I would say definitely with symbolic interactionism, that specific theory would help sociologists to study how individuals and groups construct meanings like of the divine through social interaction and how they perceive God through social interaction, and even how they reverence God through social interaction. What does the video suggest in the appeal of the Christian idea of God becoming a human being rather than remaining an abstract, non-human, divine being? Basically, the appeal is for different reasons. I would say definitely for relatability, because having a human-like God, which is Jesus, allows you to be able to empathize more with suffering, temptation, morality, and just trying to make divine love and divinity feel intimate and accessible, something that we can achieve. From a moral standpoint, this helps by making Jesus provide like a concrete example of how we should live, or um, avoiding having like abstract um, abstract guides or viewpoints of guides who seem like they're intangible or unattainable. Um, Also provides an emotional connection, basically a sense of closeness, like people can relate to Jesus or even building a relationship with Jesus when they imagine him as being a person. It makes Christianity definitely more personal, and it allows for more of a human experience when thinking about God instead of the ultimate deity. Um, how does the video explain why Christianity has become the most successful religion in the world in terms of its portrayal of God as a human being? Basically, universal accessibility, definitely, which means that anybody, no matter their culture, their class, their age, sex, race, anything, can relate to a human figure. Making God more human-like definitely has an appeal. Um, Also, having like the birth story, even Jesus' life story, suffering, death, the resurrection, it's emotionally compelling, and it helps to kind of mirror the human life cycle so that we can relate more to it. Um, it also helps with social adaptability. Basically, um, Jesus helps Christianity to cross cultural lines. All different types of communities and different people can see Jesus in themselves, and vice versa. And then Jesus teaches on love and forgiveness. basically things that we really focus on as humans. So it gives another sense of appeal there. Um, what else might the ways that humans think about God be extended to explain? Um, the human tendency to think about God in human terms, it gives like a broader cognitive and social pattern. Um, it helps to foster a sense of relatability, really, between humans and God. Humans definitely seem to project their own traits onto gods, animals, even technology. So, like Siri, for example, always acting like something is a human or making it out to be human. So, definitely humans try to think about God in those terms. I think that also religious conceptions of God show and shape how groups define insiders and outsiders. Like people who are Christians and agree with Christianity are considered insiders. Anybody else, other religions seem to be considered outsiders. And the sociology theory that best describes how humans think about God, as described in this video, I would say definitely symbolic interactionism, because it allows humans to create meaning through interaction. Basically, God is a socially constructed symbol that reflects hope, fears, values, understanding, love, justice, peace, even morality in a sense. Sociologically, humans tend to think about God as a projection or reflection of social life or a mirror of the human experience. So that definitely is a way that sociological theories can help describe how humans think about God from a symbolic interactionism standpoint.